The Ronald L. Dart Evangelistic Association presents Answers for the 21st Century Thinker.
The American Civil War was not just a war of state against state or region against region. It was literally brother against brother, literally. We can say that because it was not uncommon during the Civil War for a battle to be fought where one brother of a family was on the Union side and his own brother was on the Confederate side. Yes, in that same battle. It seemed as though everyone in the country took sides in this fratricidal war. Well, almost everyone. Hi, I'm Wes White from the Ronald L. Dart Evangelistic Association, and welcome to another episode of Answers for the 21st Century Thinker. Let's go to Bowling Green, Kentucky. I'm standing at Fountain Square in Bowling Green, Kentucky. We have to remember that even though the state of Kentucky was a southern slave state, its leaders chose to stay in the Union instead of joining the Confederacy. Nevertheless, Kentucky had many men who decided to go against their state government, and they joined the Army of the South. So Kentucky had people on both sides of the war. But there was also a third contingent, those who wanted to remain neutral and not take any side. The city of Bowling Green is an example of this desire for neutrality that existed in various parts of the state. The majority of Bowling Green's residents and their elected officials rejected both the Confederacy and the Lincoln administration in their efforts to refrain from taking part in killing fellow Americans. Well, on September 18, 1861, around 1,300 Confederate soldiers arrived from Tennessee to occupy the neutral city of Bowling Green. The Confederates placed the city under martial law. In addition, a group of Kentuckians who sympathized with the South decided to set up a provisional Confederate government for the whole state, with the capital being, you guessed it, right here, Bowling Green. But the city's pro-Union feelings surprised the Confederate occupiers. There was mass resistance to the Confederacy. Then, on February 14, 1862, the Confederates realized they had to withdraw from Bowling Green because General Ulysses S. Grant was on his way to the city with massive forces. The retreating Confederate army destroyed bridges across the rivers. They also destroyed the railroad depot and other important buildings. This city was subject to disruptions and raids all throughout the remainder of the Civil War. In spite of their desire to be neutral, the citizens of Bowling Green suffered greatly all during most of the Civil War. The history of the Jewish people living in exile shows they have been in Bowling Green's same predicament for millennia. In man's history, it was not uncommon for the Jews of the diaspora to settle into some country and then find themselves attempting to be neutral in the midst of some warring factions. And try as they might, the Jewish people were constantly caught in the middle of opposing forces in spite of their efforts to remain neutral. Man's nature seems to possess an inability to accept neutrals. Man typically says that if you're not fighting on our side, you must be our enemy. Ronald L. Dart has produced a message called Israel in Prophecy. It talks about Jews in history. Why don't you check it out? You can find the link for this message on our website. It's free. Again, it's called Israel in Prophecy. In the meantime, we'll see you again on Answers for the 21st Century Thinker at the Ronald L. Dart Evangelistic Association.
Answers for the 21st Century Thinker is a production of the Ronald L. Dart Evangelistic Association. For more information, please visit our website, RLDEA.com.